7 more young players signing their first professional contracts. Are you proud to get them over the line?
Yeah, obviously they've been through our system for the last couple of years on scholarship and academy, and while we've had a difficult time with COVID and them not playing much rugby, it's been good to get them back on the field, and I think we've seen this year, the progression that they've made, having spent 2 or 3 years through our system with Mark Buttrell, Chev Walker and obviously Simon Bell. All kids that we've got here, got terrific attitudes and have been exemplary players throughout the time with our club. So we think they've all got a big future. We've got a diversity in positions as well. We've got a good spread of positions out of them, and we're looking forward to the next stage of the development.
Have you been impressed by how these guys have played, especially after the COVID break and the year off in 2020, and how they've come back and performed in the games you've seen in 2021?
Yeah, and that's been the challenge for them. I think in the bulk of the cases too, we can see the physical development, which that tells you that the boys are quite prepared to do the time and do the work on their own away from the club, which is obviously a great sign of their attitude and desire as well. And I think that's, as much as the talent, what we are looking for is guys that have got that type of desire and attitude to make the most of the opportunity that they've been given.
There's a real emphasis at the club of bringing young players through. Are these just the next crop? And like I said, there's a variety of positions to get this next crop through being as good as they are.
Yeah, well, I think what we don't do is sort of identify the position. If they're a good rugby player, they can make it through at our place, and I think for quite a while now we said the way forward is to try and not only develop but enhance what we're doing at junior level and make sure our pathways are as strong as they can be. I think all the successful clubs that we've seen in the game pretty much over the last 20 years generally are built from within on a strong junior base of players that have come through the pathway, and we're no different. We're seeing it start to flourish at first grade level now. We've still got a way to go, but yeah, we do see it as a way in which we can build a really, really strong club.
And the opportunities that Morgan Gannon and Levi Edwards, who are 2 of the younger first team squad members from this year, how they've managed to push on, that must be something that you must want these guys and know these guys can do as well.
We're prepared to give them a go, and I think over the last sort of 18 months we've seen the likes of Valetsky, Newman and Smith develop really well. We've got Allroyd hot on the heels of those, and we've seen the emergence again of Morgan Gannon, and while Levi's not played any first grade, he's developed really well playing Championship Rugby League, as a number of guys have this year as well. So yeah, I think identifying our next batch and getting them in the system and getting them to work is really important, again, to keep rejuvenating our numbers and making sure we've got a healthy stock of young talent coming through. I think there's all sorts of ways in terms of the pathway. Some will play academy, some will play Championship, some will get a taste of first team action when they're ready. We need to show a little bit of, love and patience on the way through, and everybody will develop at a different speed and different rates, and again, that can depend on the physical development and depend on the position and a little bit of what might be in front of them as well in first grade. But yeah, I think where our youth development and our juniors are concerned, we're in the club's in a really good position at the moment.
It protects going forward in years to come as well, because these guys should be around for quite a while, looking at that 10-year plan that you've spoken about before.
Well, you're hoping so. I think there's always a danger that you can lose 1 or 2 along the way. We've lost Alex Sutcliffe at first grade level this year, and I think that is always I won't say an issue, but if you're a development club and you spend a lot of time and effort and money putting it into trying to promote young kids, I think the chances are that along the way, every now and then, you get some picked off for all varying reasons, but that certainly won't alter our views on it. I think when Kevin come back into the club and started working alongside him, we totally acknowledge that it would the strongest way forward for us. As I say, you can lose 1 or 2 along the way, but as long as we're trying to get some world-class talent in as well to try and complement it, and we hang on to them longer term, we certainly hang on to more than what we lose, then it'll leave us in a strong position.